is CBS News Miami.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us. I'm Naja Sherman, and welcome to CBS News Miami's 4 p.m. Quickcast. Let's take a look at today's top stories. Off the top, the investigation into the deadly midair collision near our nation's capital continues. Search and recovery crews are combing through the Potomac River. 14 bodies have not been found. The NTSB is analyzing data from black boxes. It's to piece together what happened in the seconds before the disaster. Federal investigators are now reviewing 2 flight recorders to figure out what caused the devastating collision. The FAA is closing routes near Reagan National to most helicopter traffic. CBS News Miami's Erica Brown is at the airport in Arlington, Virginia. She has more on the response from the victims' families.
Recovery teams are still at work trying to retrieve bodies and wreckage from the icy Potomac River. Nearly 50 investigators from the National Transportation Safety Board are looking into the devastating collision of American Airlines Flight 5342 and a Black Hawk helicopter. Investigators recovered the plane's black boxes, which they hope contain a record of crucial flight details.
They are a critical part of almost any investigation. They give us a lot of data points. They can tell us about communications that we may not know about.
Preliminary flight data indicates at the time of the crash, both aircraft appear to have been flying at about 400 feet. Military helicopters are supposed to stay below 200 feet. CBS News has learned 2 air traffic controllers were each doing multiple jobs at the time. Former acting FAA Administrator Billy Nolan.
They are well qualified and they are able to multitask. By that I mean you could be handling, even singular controllers are handling multiple flights at any busy airports.
The NTSB will look at staffing along with mechanics, environment, and other factors in their investigation. They have warned against speculation, which could be harmful to the probe and to victims' families.
I couldn't have asked for a better son.
29-year-old helicopter crew chief Ryan O'Hara survived a tour in Afghanistan, but was sadly among the victims of Wednesday's deadly collision. His father, in a TV exclusive with CBS, says Ryan loved his job.
They would often do night missions in D.C. He loved it, and most of the guys that he flew with loved it, and he loved his flight crew.
The 67 victims of this tragedy include members of the U.S. figure skating community, many of them young people. Erica Brown, CBS News, Arlington, Virginia.
Always alerting, always tracking. This is Next Weather.
And taking a live look outside, it is a beautiful and warm day across South Florida. I hope you had an opportunity to get out there and enjoy this weather. Next Weather Chief Meteorologist Simon Cabrera joins us now, and it sounds like the warmer days are here to stay for a bit.
They're going to stay for a while, yeah. We've been talking about this stretch that begins today, continues through the weekend. Even this morning's temperatures weren't as cool as we've gotten used to, so we're checking in the upper 70s, low 80s right now. A nice afternoon across South Florida here. Not much of the way of cloud cover. That southeast wind is just bringing us a few cumulus clouds off of the Atlantic here, and that is going to start increasing humidity as well. So I think tomorrow the actual thermometer reading won't be the same as how it's going to feel to us, because the humidity is going to crank up those feels like numbers that we typically start talking about in early spring, and that's what we're going to be feeling like for Saturday and Sunday. As far as rain chances, because we do have a little more moisture to work with, about 10% coverage, a little spotty shower here and there, but that would be about it. Nothing that would interrupt your weekend plan. So I think that is still looking excellent, and this frontal boundary is not coming south. You know, this time of year we start seeing these fronts stalling across Central Florida, and it'll be very interesting if you're perhaps traveling up towards Central North Florida. It's going to be chilly at night, but we're going to be in this little pocket of very warm air that's not going to allow temperatures to fall much below 70 degrees. We'll see 60s, but that would be about it, and then a southwest wind takes over, and that's what's going to get us with a few showers as we head into a Saturday and Sunday, and emphasis on few. It's not going to be a lot to worry about here, and then we can just continue with this setup. That's going to bring us some very warm temperatures the next few days. One of the things that is impacted by that higher humidity are the overnight temperatures. No cool air in sight. I mean, we're going to stay in the upper 60s. Some of us won't drop below 70. Airport this morning at 69. There'll be nights where we don't even get into the 60s here. So a sign of the times as we get closer and closer to South Florida spring anyway. There are the temperatures as we head into tomorrow. We'll have temps in the low to mid 80s, add a few degrees to that, and that's going to be the feels like temperature as we start start getting that humidity up higher each and every afternoon. So 70s we go, and then 80s for the next weather 7-day forecast for Saturday and Sunday as we check in on temperatures in the low 80s for Monday, Tuesday, and that's going to continue not just through the first week of February here. Impressive stuff after we had the coldest January in 15 years, and now we're starting February with much above average temperatures.
Several days ahead, Ivan, thank you. Now at 4, families living in a mobile home community in Sweetwater are faced with a deadline. Leave their homes today or forfeit thousands of dollars. CBS News Miami's Yvonne Taylor is at Lil Abner Mobile Home Park with what is happening.
And that last day to move out with the option of getting the most amount of money is today, because homeowners who actually are out of their houses, as you can see, this is how many of them look, by January 31st, which is today, then they would get $14,000 plus the additional required amount that they could be entitled to by the state. And that depends on the size of the house. So 900 families have actually lived in this trailer park, some of them for very many years. But I am told that more than 60% have already moved. This is what is left of Lil Abner Mobile Homes Park in Sweetwater. Some areas look like a ghost town. For hundreds of families like Yvette Garcia, this was home for decades. She lived here for 38 years.
Mire, mi carro atrás ya está lleno.
Look at the back of my car, it's full. We already moved, she told me. I'm here to pick up the last few things of what was my house. She was given the option offered by the Urban Group. They represent the owner of the mobile park homes. Families were offered between $16,000 to $20,000, and that is combined the park owner's incentive plus the state mandated amount. If they choose to move later, they would get less.
Para poder tener derecho a
I took the first offer so we could get the most amount possible, which in these rough times, we're not sure how far that'll take us. Some people are still eager to stay here regardless of any offers. We contacted the firm in charge of Little Abner Mobile Home Park. They sent us a statement. 605 tenants have accepted the incentive package and completed their moves, exceeding initial projections for this phase of the relocation. In less than 3 months, more than 65% of the park's residents have relocated. Now, the Urban Group is anticipating that by the end of today, more families will have moved out. They believe as many as 50. However, not everybody has accepted any of the options. They're choosing to stay, and they're actually filed a lawsuit against the owner. What are the basis of the legal option, and what are they saying? We'll have the reaction starting at 5 p.m. on CBS News Miami. We are in Sweetwater. I'm Yvonne Taylor. Back to you.
A wild police pursuit along the Dolphin Expressway. It ended with the suspect crashing into several police cars and hurting a canine. CBS News Miami's Morgan Reiner is in Miami outside of a vet hospital with more.
Let us start with the good news. Take a look at this. This is a photo that we just got from MDSO of the canine. Her name is Roxy, and we are told that she is in stable condition. That she was injured in a high-speed pursuit, but she will be seeing a specialist today. Take a look at this. Now, this is part of the pursuit posted on Only in Dade. Miami-Dade Sheriff's Office said this started around 10 last night when narcotics detectives, they were conducting an investigation, and this person, the suspect, struck the officers and left the field. During the chase, the suspect hit 3 MDSO cars intentionally, one of which was carrying Roxy. Roxy was injured and transported to a veterinary hospital. The chase ended on the 836 by Northwest 12th Avenue. Now, in this video, you can see what appears to be the suspect apprehended leaning against the guardrail. Now, take a look at this. This is the mugshot that was just sent to us. MDSO arrested several individuals, including the main supplier of a fentanyl trafficking organization operating within Miami-Dade County. This was part of a 7-month investigation in which they were able to purchase fentanyl several times. MDSO said it's the main supplier, Medina, China that intentionally struck and injured the law enforcement vehicles and Roxy. And we just also learned that during this high-speed pursuit that there was a civilian that was injured as well. That civilian was taken to the hospital, but they are stable, expected to be okay as well. For now, in Edgewater, Morgan Reiner, CBS News, Miami.
There will be a lot of road closures for the Miami Marathon this weekend. A look at what you can expect when we come back. Welcome back to CBS News Miami's 4 p.m. Quickcast. This weekend, thousands of people are lacing up their sneakers for the Miami Marathon. Whether you're taking part or not, this could impact you. This is a look along Biscayne Boulevard. Traffic between Southeast 3rd and Northeast 2nd Streets has been closed. It will reopen for a short time tomorrow before the race. Here is a look at the map of the course for the half and full marathon. On Sunday, Metro Rail trains will begin at 4 a.m. from Dadeland South and Palmetto stations. Plus, you can park for free at stations all day on race day. Polar bears can survive in some of the world's harshest climates, and scientists now know how they roll around in the ice without it getting stuck to them. Researchers found the natural grease on polar bears' hair and fatty acids helps repel ice, allowing them to slide down icy hills without getting coated in it.
Motion is already tough enough. If they get weighed down with a lot of snow or ice, that could be the difference between them sort of catching a seal or not, or being stuck to the ice.
Engineers say the discovery could be used to create new anti-icing products. Preparations are underway for the 67th annual Grammys in LA Sunday night. Comedian Trevor Noah returns as host for the 5th time, but he's not just hosting, he's a producer and a nominee. You can watch the Grammys live right here on CBS Miami this Sunday at 8 p.m. and just before the show at 7. Check out our CBSMiami.com live stream for a special red carpet live preview show. And that does it for your CBS News Miami Quickcast. I'm Naja Sherman. Stay tuned for more news right here on CBS News Miami, and have a great day.